sort of like Die Hard, but with a shark in a house instead of Nakatomi Towers.
So first and foremost, we got to talk about Swim. Super exciting. It seems like a super fun movie to shoot. What was it like behind the scenes?
Yeah, look, these event movies, I'd never done a shark movie like this, but Tubi's got this, Tubi, which is owned by Fox, obviously, they have, which is really cool. It's a free streaming service. People are finding out more and more about it every single day. And they're jumping into the original content war now, and their first foray into that is this movie that I did called Swim. And they're doing Shark Month / like Bite Fest, this big promotional thing to capitalize. And I think we need Shark Month more than ever now, coming out of the last year and a half that we've had, where we wake up every day and see like real dramatic, headlines. I think it's good to jump into a little surreal drama, and escape that way. Nothing better than a shark movie to do that. So it was brutal. I mean, we are drenched with rain towers, freezing water, wind machines. We're submerged in pools which are filled with muddy water to mimic the ocean. It was crazy, man. In 12, 14-hour days. And a lot of it's CGI. They have like a rubber fin or a piece of tape, and that represents the shark. There's things that we can do now that Jaws 45 years ago couldn't do. So but it's going to be neat because they're going to show all the Jaws movies, which Tubi has because they're owned by Fox. And like 60 other movies, shark movies that they have. And then it's going to culminate with Swim, which is their first original movie. That's how it happens. Cool.
That's so fun. That's so fun. And this role is definitely different for you. How did you kind of get into it? Are your kids supportive of this role? I feel like this is something kids would love.
Yeah, I think so. My daughters are excited that, I'm playing a dad and doing that kind of thing, it's always surreal to play dads, I am, and I have been for 15 years, but it still feels weird to play that, I'm embracing it. And it was cool. It was really cool to do it. I'd never done a movie where I was submerged in water every single day. Hopefully, look, at the end of the day, you just want everyone to tune in and have some fun. And I think this movie's going to be fun. It's it's from the producers of Sharknado, but it's not Sharknado in its tone. Sharknado was almost a spoof. I think it was gimmicky and funny, and this is more suspenseful and dramatic. There's no like super reality moments to this thing where we have like flying anything. It's all ground. But it is suspenseful, and I think delivers what people would expect with the fear that they would hope for in a movie where a 27-foot great white somehow gets washed into a home that's being flooded by an ocean. So it's sort of like Die Hard, but with a shark in a house instead of Nakatomi Towers. That's really what it is. So it's kind of cool.
Pure entertainment, absolutely. Did you reach out to Ian for any advice?
I did not. No. I didn't have to deal with flying sharks, so
True. It's a little different.
Tubi's been great. I didn't know about Tubi, but Tubi is it's an amazing platform. It's free, and with all the original content that they're developing, believe it or not, my writing partner and I'm continuing my relationship with them, who's also my fiance. But we sold an original movie, a romantic comedy, which we're going to be making later this year, which will air next year on Tubi. So continuing my relationship and being a part of this sort of streaming service that's growing is very exciting. It's actually the first script that I've written or co-wrote, and we sold it, and we're going to be making the movie in a couple months. So we're excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tubi's awesome, and it's cool that it's free because most of these streaming services you have to pay every month, and it gets to be too much.
Trickle up the prices too. You'd sign up and like, wait a minute, why is this bill double what it was 14 months ago? Fees. They're like, okay, all right. So I love the fact they have a ton of titles, a ton. Funny because you go on these other ones and you look for a movie, you're like, how could this not be on here? How could this movie not be on this platform? But you don't find a lot of movies on the platforms that you pay for that you think would have movies. You just don't.
Really, you don't.
It's a very niche spot. I think more and more people are finding it, and I think as they find it, which will be driven by their original content, I think people are going to really enjoy it. I know that we have, so it's been cool.